Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. I'm here today to bring the review for Planet with episode number one. And now, if you've been a fan of this channel before, you know that when it comes to when I dive into a new series, it takes me a while to learn the names, especially if they're Japanese names. So bear with me when I'm talking about certain characters because I ain't learned the names yet. I'm gonna have to give them a couple nicknames here and there. So bear with me for now. But I really do think, as far as first episodes go, because first episodes, well, I think this way anyway, are very important because realistically, you want to grab the audience from the first episode. You want to have them thinking, wanting more, wanting thinking, what's going on here? How's this going to turn out? And that's exactly what this episode does for me. It's got me asking a few questions, and now that doesn't mean the series is going to be good. You know, down the line, it could end up to be terrible. Like it could just end up to be very cliche. But it does. This first episode is drawing me in, and I can't wait to the second and see how things turn out. Hopefully, it's good. But within this episode, we're introduced to the main character. His name is Soya. I know his name, and we learn a bit about him. We know that he's currently has amnesia and he can't remember 2 weeks prior. He can't remember anything from beyond joining this the school. And we have the dream. Obviously, I don't think the sequence is really a dream where we see him being saved by the seven heroes, and then later on down the line, he at the end of the episode, he thinks he remembers something. And the reason why I'm saying he thinks he remembers something is because I think when it comes to the conclusion of the series, or just later on down the line, we're gonna find out that he's probably remembering things wrong. So he remembers these seven heroes, and by the end of the episode, he thinks he's remembering something negative about them, where he declares that I need to stop these guys, but something has happened to him, and then he's got taken in by his sensei and this girl. I can't remember her name. I can't think of an appropriate nickname for her, but she's kind of like the secretary figure at this moment, where it seems like when it comes to their team, the sensei, Sawyer, and the girl, she's gonna be the one doing like all the talking, kind of like I don't want to say AI. No, 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 forget AI. We're gonna stick with secretary for now. But these two are probably the most shadiest characters for me introduced thus far. And the reason why I say that is because we have the attack from Nebula within this episode where these things are appearing. I think it was all over Japan. But we don't, granted they weren't given a chance to, but we don't see them do anything essentially bad. They're just floating about. We did have the army who went after them to attack them, and even when this Nebula weapon attacked the military people, it didn't kill them. It made them see an illusion of like their hopes and dreams, I'm guessing, and they flew away, but you know, it didn't kill them. And that's, I know it's still a bit bad, but you know, it's better than killing. Like I was saying, they didn't have a chance to do anything bad before the seven heroes hopped in and saved the day, I guess. Um, and this is during this time we learn about one of them, where you start to feel like, yeah, these guys are heroes, these guys are good. So it leads to one of the questions I had at the end of the episode. What exactly does Sawyer think he's remembering? Because we go into the backstory of one of the heroes, where we learn how he lost his mom, and that's what drove him to be a firefighter. And then we don't know what drove him to quit being a firefighter to become a hero. But yeah, it makes you that little bit of the episode was good because it makes you start to feel for at least one of them, making you think that the collective is good, making you wonder why Sawyer, making you wonder what Sawyer remembers, or at least thinks he remembers. So I think that's kind of no. The last thing I want to talk about is the class rep as well. We're introduced to her during the series, so it's really introducing Sawyer, Sensei, and the guard. Those are going to be main characters. Obviously, the seven heroes are probably going to be main characters as well. But I guess for a secondary character we are introduced to is this class rep. And now we get a little bit into her backstory as well, where she's interested in Sawyer because she remembers what it's like to be a new student coming into school. And I think that is true, that's all true. But I think there's also, I think she's going to be the love interest. I think she's going to be the love interest as well. And that's why she cares so much about Sawyer at this present moment in time. So yeah, that's everything I want to say. So like I was saying, very good first episode. It gets you interested in the series. It makes you wonder certain questions. How did Sawyer get amnesia? What is the deal with Sensei and the girl? Because they all seem a bit shady there. And the seven heroes, like, you know, what's going on with the seven heroes? What does Sawyer think he remembers? Because he's now after the seven heroes. So I probably think we'll get what Sawyer is thinking within the next episode. But because of the just because the hook factor for a first episode, I think the hook factor is really good. I'm going to give it a 4-star rating and call it a review. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.